Hi, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. I got everything here. The balloons that say I love you, the hearts, the flowers. I got flowers, I got chocolates, I got hearts, heart balloons. I got it all. It's all here. And it's just for me. That's right. It's just for me. And I'm okay with it. Yeah, it's a lovely day. Just absolutely lovely. Don't you just love romance? Don't you just love it all? Yes, I sure do. I'm a bit of a romantic, I have to say. Mm. And I got my Earl Grey tea today. Everything is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Puts a smile on my face. And I'd like to tell you a little story about Valentine's Day. That it might maybe it'll put a smile on your face too. Because I am such a hopeless romantic. I want everyone to feel romantic. I want everybody to feel that feeling of being special, and it's a nice feeling, feeling special, feeling noticed, feeling loved. Yeah, everyone should have that. Everyone should feel that. We all, if you can't get it from somewhere else, give it to yourself. By all means, do that for yourself. Anyway, the story. Okay, we have to go back back to my corporate days when I was working in a big corporation. And I worked in a unit, and actually I worked in a whole corporation, our whole floor, our whole building was mainly women. And like, I think there were 350 employees or something in this floor, in within this corporation, and very few men worked there because it was mainly office work. I'm not saying that office work is just women's work, but it seemed to be more of a job for a lot of single mothers, a lot of married women trying to supplement the income in the family and all of that. Anyway, long and the short of it. Okay. In this unit that I was in, the department that I was in, I think we had maybe one guy in the whole unit, and the rest were women. And out of the women, including myself, I think there were three of us that were married, and the rest of the unit were single women, like they were either single moms or um, just on their own, you know, living on their own, and and that's all. That was great. But a lot of them, I noticed they didn't very often get flowers, coming to them. Like there were a few of us married and with a common law spouse, so that would often, or not often, sometimes we would get flowers from our spouses. And there's a bit of a protection that kind of happens, when you're in a unit like that, eh? And it kind of gets noticed, because everyone would see these flowers come in. And first of all, it has to go to the front desk, which there's security at the front desk, and the front desk would phone your desk number, and you'd pick up the phone, and they'd go, "Oh, there's some flowers here for you. Could you come to the desk and pick them up?" And so then everyone would be like, "Oh," everyone in the unit would know, "Oh, so and so got flowers." Ooh. And so it got to be kind of almost like bragging rights a little bit there for us that had somebody, right? And so anyway, there was unfortunately one person in the unit that was married, and she liked to really kind of brag a lot about her flowers that she would get, and her particular someone used to send her flowers often, and she would just sort of kind of egg everybody on, and I could tell by the faces of the ones that were single, and that this was kind of bothering them a little bit, or maybe a lot, actually. And so anyway, I was kind of observing this and watching this, and I also kind of asked my own ex-husband at the time, that was husband number 2. Uh, I asked him to just, could you please, calm it down on the flowers, like you like to do these things like send long stem roses and stuff like that, and make it very, very elaborate. And I'm like, no, 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 don't do that. Please don't do that. It's only going to make, you know, the others feel bad, and I didn't want to do that so that they would feel bad that, it's bad enough I'm getting flowers and they're not. And, so I didn't want that feeling for them to feel hurt, because I was receiving something and they weren't. So anyway, I was feeling for them. And so when he would send me flowers, I always made sure they were just sort of, very like not too elaborate, please. And also remembering my next door uh, fellow employee was very, very, very highly allergic to lilies. And so I was like, okay, no lilies, absolutely no lilies, please. And so, yeah, things like that. Anyway, so I was thinking ahead one year, and because I worked there quite a few years, I worked about 9 years in this unit, or in this particular corporation. And so after about a few years of watching this happen, I kind of anticipated, and I went, okay, and around January, I was like, what can I do to make it so that those that don't receive flowers could actually get something, but how could I do it in a way that they wouldn't know it was me doing it, and so that it would feel like they were getting it from a guy. And so anyway, I got my head, I got real creative with this. I was at the time I was in, I had volunteered to be in what they call the well-being committee. And so when you're in the well-being committee, you're kind of like the morale person who sells raffle tickets, who gets people going on different things that are happening, and throughout the year, just to get people going. We had family days, we had all kinds of things to get the morale of the employees feeling good. And so anyway, I would quite often be going around to all the unit members. Like I would see all the departments, and I'd be either doing that, selling raffle tickets, or, you know, whatever it was that was going on at the time, to get everyone to help out with the well-being committee, and also to help out with different events, right? To get everyone drummed up. And we also worked on things like emergency preparedness and stuff like that. Other kinds of things like that that I volunteered for. So anyway, I kind of knew everybody everywhere, right? Had a little bit of a inside look at other units. And so I knew all the men in the whole building, and they were quite often in the techie units or the other departments. And so I thought to myself, okay, what if I bought a bunch of flowers, and I got them from a warehouse or something, and I bought all these vases that, like I'd go to different thrift stores and buy different types of sizes and shapes of vases, and so they all looked very different, and different flowers. And so what I did is I think there was like 8 or 9 uh, single women in my unit. And so, like around January, we had a training day or something, and I was training for some type of job or something, and yeah, to train other employees. And so, when I was sort of within the unit, talking to each one of them, gradually going through, and kind of got to know everyone in the unit. And I would ask them things like, "So, who's your favorite celebrity? And, who do you admire the most?" And different things like that. And so, so that I could get an idea of who I could have sign as a secret admirer on a card. And they'd all have a different signature because it would be from all these different guys I would know or meet in the rest of the building. So I bit by bit, this took like about a month for me to do all this, or maybe even longer. I don't know how long it took me. We're talking years ago, so I'm trying to remember how I did all this. And so, so I went around and I got and they thought it was a hoot, all these different guys. And so I'd say, "So could you write to, dear whoever, the name of the person?" I don't want to say names here on this program. And I'd say, "Could you write a note, dear whoever it is, Jane?" There was no one named Jane. So, "Dear Jane, love, your secret admirer." And then it would be like Tom Cruise or, Sean Connery, whoever, whoever it was that they had someone had a really thought a lot of whoever it was. And they would know it was somebody and different than me. They wouldn't feel it was me. They wouldn't pick up at all that it was me doing this. So I wanted to make sure that they didn't know it was me, because that would spoil it, right? So I wanted them to feel really special. And I always wonder, who in the world was this that did this? And so anyway, so Valentine's Day comes, and I had to somehow get all of these bouquets of flowers in all these vases. And I had a wagon that I took my car in that day, parked in the downstairs garage, and I had this wagon. And I came in a little late that day, and of course I made up for the time later. But so I came in, and I went to through the front doors so that no one knew I was doing all this. And I went through the front doors, and I talked to the girls on the front desk, and I said, "Could you every hour or every half an hour," I don't know how, because we had to time it out and space it out. So it might have been even every 10 minutes or something. I can't remember how we did it, because we wanted it all happen in the morning so that everyone would all have their bouquets before lunch, right? So anyway, and you're talking eight bouquets of flowers and 8 phone calls. And so, I mean, the front desk, they were so excited because it made their day absolutely fun. And when I told them what I was doing, I said, "You absolutely cannot let them know that I'm doing this. This is the big secret, okay? That nobody knows that I'm doing this, and they're all going to be surprised." And it's and you know mom's the word, not a word. So 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 anyway, this was going on all morning, these phone calls all morning. And it was fantastic. It was so much fun. It was so much fun to see the faces. And of course, the girl that I'm telling you about, that was, such not a nice person to do that to her other fellow workers. But of course, she got her big bouquet from her husband. And of course, the other married married women in my unit also got their bouquets. And so that was happening as well. But they were noticing all these others all getting flowers, and the looks on their faces, it was just so precious. And they were like noticing, and they were right away like, it's a different signature. That's a different one. That's a So they were like so stumped, because then they were like, well, how could this be that there's that many secret admirers, And they're like, it has to be somebody. So, and it was like so great. It was the greatest thing ever. They might still not know that it was me, you know that? But anyway, it was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed doing it. It really, and it lifted up the whole unit. And for that day, everyone felt special, and everyone felt really good. And it wasn't just a chosen few. And it was nice for all of them to have that feeling of being special, that feeling of being noticed, admired. And if you can't get that from somebody like me who just thinks that we should share that love, and, you know, do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. Take yourself out somewhere. Go out for dinner somewhere. Out for something special that you would not normally do for yourself. If you're on your own, and it doesn't have to be chocolates, maybe you don't like chocolates. Or maybe you're more into I don't know, whatever it is. Whatever it is, whatever fills your boat, whatever makes you happy. And find that for yourself. Take that time. And if you are happily with someone, please be kind. Be kind to whoever is around you that's alone and on their own. Don't go egging it on with them and making them feel like they're missing out on something. Because realize now that there is, believe it or not, 51% of Americans are single, and 49% of Canadians are single. No. Yeah. So a little different this Valentine's. And probably for the next few years, Valentine's Day is a little different. So if you're one of the fortunate ones to be with someone and they like to give you something, be thankful and grateful. Maybe share that. Share your love and your gifts in some way to make someone single feel special too. That it's okay. And it's okay to be single. It's okay. Celebrate it. Celebrate being single. Have fun with it. So that's my message for today. Have a lovely day. I'm feeling lovely today. Are you? Ta-da. Oh, hi there. Or I should say bye. You caught me. Yeah, I'm drinking coffee. Yeah. I also drink coffee. Yeah. And it turns out I like coffee as much as I like tea. But anyway, it's the end of the video. And I wonder if you could do me a favor. All you have to do is click like. And maybe if you really like what I'm saying and you want to share it, maybe click subscribe. And then that way it helps me pay for the young lad that's helping me edit these, because I don't know how to edit very well. Like, you probably noticed that. And I need a little bit of help. And that fellow is a very nice young man. Andrew is his name, and his business is Permanent Records. And I'd like to give him a little plug to help him out. And so if you help me, I help Andrew. And that's how it goes. We just help each other out. But the long and the short of it is, I'm only ever going to get there if you click like and subscribe, because that's the only way that YouTube will actually notice me. And then they will put me in an algorithm. Then that supposedly helps me to actually make some money. And then I pay Andrew. And everybody's happy. Anyway, thank you for listening. And are you my badass bestie? And you drink coffee too? Okay, talk to you later. Bye.